Ellen, are you ready for me to share the yoga?
Sure, I just wanted to let Sarah know that this is being recorded so we can use it as a later date. So I just wanted to let her know that. She just came in. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to say I am very happy to be here tonight, and hopefully you guys can all hear me and see me. If something happens to where you guys can't hear me or see me, I know Cheryl or Mary Ellen will wave wildly at me over Zoom, so I know to readjust. So we're just going to start in our chair, and I want you to sit more towards the front of your chair with your feet firmly grounded underneath you. You can place your hands right on the thighs, and we'll begin with 3 deep breaths. As we inhale, let's inhale through our nose. And as we exhale through our nose as well. Inhale, feel the belly and the rib cage start to expand. Exhale, let your shoulders relax down. Let's try one more deep breath in from the belly first. And exhale, let the breath out very slow. You can keep your eyes open or closed for this next part. We're going to tuck our chin down to our chest. And then we're going to roll one ear to our shoulder. And slowly moving the head back, center, chin to chest. And opposite ear to shoulder, stretch the side of the neck. Come back through center. Gently roll the head to the side again. Coming back through center. Ear to shoulder. Let's try one more time to each side. We're just paying attention to any sensations that the body gives us, any cues that we've gone too far. We want to honor those. Let's place our head on nice and straight. And come into some torso circles. When I do this, I like to place my hands on my knees so my fingertips face inward. And I'm going to start to roll through my chest and my spine. I inhale, roll forward, and then I exhale, scoop and sweep back. We're going to do about 4 big circles in this direction, and then we will change. So after that 4th time, hold back and let's circle around. Just notice how the spine feels here. Inhale forward and exhale backward. 2 more times. Inhale forward, exhale backward, and 1 more. Inhale and exhale, sit up straight. We'll start with one hand coming underneath our chair, and the opposite hand comes to the side of our head. We're going to gently stretch the side of our neck, pulling your ear down to shoulder. This is called the trapezius muscle. And when we get stressed out or really anxious, this muscle can get really tight and corded up. So we're just giving it a nice release here. One more big breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And let's change sides. So now hook, hand under the seat of your chair. Bring the hand to the side of the head, gentle pressure. Gently press your neck towards the side, feeling a nice stretch. Let's hold here for a deep breath. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Relax your hands back down to the thighs. And we're going to go into a little different position with our footing here. Our feet are going to go about as wide as the seat of our chair or about hip width. We want to leave some room for our chest as we bow forward. Bring your body weight forward like you're going to look over the edge of the Grand Canyon, and we're going to come into a cat and cow flow. For this, we round our back up like a Halloween cat, and then we inhale, bow our chest down to the floor, and we look up. Exhale, round your back like the Halloween cat. And inhale, expand the chest open. We're going to try that 2 more times. Exhale, round and open. 1 more time, round and open. And flatten your back. Let's slowly roll up and bring your feet, heel toe your feet back in underneath your knees. This is a little twist, and I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can do this twist. Way number 1 would be I slide 1 hand to my hip, 1 hand to my knee, and I just take a little itty bitty twist looking to the side of my room. And the second way you could do this is a little bit deeper stretch where I grab the back of my chair, 1 hand braces to the outside of my knee, and I twist. So now that you've seen 2 ways to do this, we're going to flow. And the first part of this is we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. I know my hands go out of the camera a little bit, but they're reaching up. And then I'm going to twist and breathe out. That's my exhale. Inhale, lift back up again. We call it upright salute. And then we exhale, twist again, opposite direction. Let's do this a couple more times. Inhale, lifting, opening the chest, and exhale, twist. Inhale, rising up, and exhale, sign out. Bring your arms back up overhead, and we're going to do a series that's called sun salutation, even though it's at night, but we're going to do it seated here in the chair. So let your hands come down closer to the floor. Now, if you don't feel comfortable touching the floor, if you have anything like yoga blocks or some books to prop your hand up, you could use those as well. You want to come down as low as you comfortably can. And then we're going to walk our fingertips up our shins. We're going to come halfway up, lengthen our spine. Imagine you're being stretched. And now drop down deeper again, stretching the back. We're going to gently pull our abdominal muscles, our stomach muscles in, so there's a light brace. And we're going to reach the arms back up, overhead, big reach, and bring hands to heart center. This is called Anjali Mudra in yoga. It's our gesture of gratefulness. Let's try that again. Lift straight up with the arms. Come down towards the floor, closer to the floor, as close as you feel you can. We walk our hands midway up our lower leg, extend the back. Fold down again, reach, touch towards the floor. A light brace of your abdominals and circle the arms up overhead and bring the hands to heart center. We're going to do that just 1 more time. 1 more time. Reach the arms straight up. Drop down towards the ground. Halfway rise up. Hands are on the lower leg. Extend the back. Fold down again. Touch towards the ground. A light abdominal brace. Rising up. And hands to heart. Let's place our hands under the seat of our chair, and we're just going to shake out our leg, roll our ankle a couple of times, and then do the same thing to the other leg. Roll the ankle, get any good little cracks out of that ankle joint. And now we're going to take our heels onto the floor. And hopefully you can still see this in the camera. What I have is my two legs straight out in front of me, and I'm digging my heels towards the floor. And I'm going to see if I can lean forward. I'm grabbing still the back of the chair. I'm just going to do a little forward lean, keeping my back straight. And I should feel a stretch in the back of my legs. Now, if you feel real secure in that seat and you want to walk your hands down towards your shin, ankle, or toes, that's a deeper hamstring stretch. But if you're worried about sliding out of the chair, keep your hands under the seat. Take a deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your way up, the legs nice and slow. And we're going to plant our feet back down firm on the floor. This next one's a little bit of an abdominal strengthener, but it's gentle. We're going to see if we can do a little hug of our knees towards our chest. So here you're going to lean back maybe about 10%, and you'll try to pull one knee up, hug onto it, and then you'll let it go. Lean back just 10%, hug a knee in, and drop down. Now, if you have any problems with your hips going on, just pick your leg up by the thigh and try that lean back. So that's a great option for anybody that's had a hip replacement or is just feeling like this is a little bit too much. We're going to do 2 more times flowing through either option that I've given you. And just one more if you're following on pace with me. Then we're going to get into some strengtheners. And even though they're yoga strengtheners, we're still going to keep things real gentle. So this first posture is called chair pose, and that's to be expected because we're in a chair. You only have to lift off of this chair a couple of inches, and then you're going to sit back down, kind of like you're doing a little bit of a squat. So your feet are firm on the ground. Your palms are going to stay together, and we're going to brace our thigh muscles, and we're just going to lift up off the chair a couple inches. We're not even going to stand all the way up. We're just going to lift off a couple inches, and then we trust that the chair is behind us. You might have to look and just make sure, and then sit back down. Let's try that again. Lift off the chair just a couple of inches, feel the thighs, and sit down. Are you ready for this? 4 more times. Lift up and drop down. 3 more. Lift up and drop down. Last 2. I actually do feel my thighs quite a bit when I do this one. Even though I work legs all day long, this one still gets me. All right, one more time. Lifting up and coming down. Shake out the legs, give a couple extends and bends. And our second strength posture, it's a wide squat. And if you're in tight quarters, just make sure that you have a little bit of room to the right and left of your chair. We're going to take our feet, wide. Sitting in a straddle-like position. So your toes turn out and your knees open up. I sometimes think of like we're riding a horse when we do this pose. We bring our hands onto our thighs and incline your chest forward, similar to what we did with the cat and cow. Now here, as we're opening up our knees, we're feeling a stretch in the inner thighs. And we're going to bring this stretch even into our upper body, into our shoulders. So take one shoulder, reach the shoulder forward and down, and you're doing a little twist through your upper body. Inhale to come center, and then we're going to exhale, drop down to the other side. So we alternate. Let's flow when you're ready. It's exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Couple more. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. One more time. Exhale, twist. And inhale, center, rolling up. So far, so good. We are going to repeat this series again. So if you feel like it's fast, you will get another opportunity. We're going to come into a warrior two pose. And this is a holding posture. This one might take you a moment just to see how I get set up. And that's okay. What I do is I take one leg, one thigh, and it's entirely supported by the chair. And my back leg has to extend straight behind me. So I'm in this lunge-like position, and I'm going to reach my arms out, but I'm entirely supported by the chair. So again, one thigh on the seat of the chair, my knee is bent, and my toe and knee are all lined up with each other. My back leg is straight and my foot is flat to the ground behind me. My arms open out and I just turn my head to look over this front hand. Let's try 3 yoga breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 2 more breaths. Last breath. From our warrior two position, coming into a reverse warrior. So we just tip this back hand down to our thigh and we're reaching the top arm up. Now, if you can't reach up that far yet, it's okay to soften the pose to make it not as big. Smaller movements are good too. 3 breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 2 more breaths. Last breath here. And return your hands back down to the chair. And we are going to slowly bring ourselves back into a regular seated position. And that should feel like, oh, thank goodness we're out of that one. You may have gotten a big stretch through your hips. As I said before, we're going to repeat this series twice. So we're going to go back into that chair, hover, and then slowly rolling back down. Place your feet flat on the floor, hands to Anjali Mudra, our gesture of gratefulness, and 6 times. Let's lift up just a couple of inches, and then lower down. And lift up just enough to feel the burn in the thighs, and sitting back down. Try again. Now, if you do need help, you can always bring your hands onto that chair seat behind you and just keep your hands there for help. That's a great option. I'm going to try 2 more times. And if you feel like your legs are burning out, just take out a few of them. One more time. And we let it go. Shake out those legs when you're done. Depending on how much yoga experience you have, you might be really tired, or it just might be some good mobility for you today. We're going to come back into that wide straddle-like pose again. So take your feet wide, straddling the chair, and we'll place our hands onto the thighs. Now take your chest, aim it forward, and we're going to do that little shoulder twisting movement. We're going to do 4 shoulder twists. Here we go. Exhale, take one shoulder forward and down. And return center. And again to the left. And center. Let's try 2 more times. Twist. Reset. One more time. And center yourself. Roll up. So the good news is this is the last time around the Warrior Series. The bad news is we have another time around the Warrior Series. And make sure you're doing your opposite leg. You don't want to do the same side twice. What I do is on my leg I haven't worked yet, I'm going to make sure that that thigh is supported by the seat of my chair. My knee is directly over my ankle, and my knee and toe are pointing in the same direction. So everything is straight and squared off here. This back leg, I'm going to have to work to step it behind me. It's going to feel like you're really stretched out, really long here. As you bring your arms out, you're trying to think you want your arms and shoulders to be parallel and level with the floor. Turn your head to look over your now front arm. The area that you're facing towards is now the front. And we're going to try 3 breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Breathing in. And out. And one more breath. We're going to tip backward into what's called reverse warrior. So your back hand comes to your back thigh and your front arm reaches up, almost like you're going to give a high 5 to the wall behind you. And 3 breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 2 more breaths. And last breath here. Let your arm float back down, and your legs might be feeling a little bit like they're cramping. So use your hands on that chair and scoot yourself back on that chair like normal. Let's shake out the legs. We're not done with our gentle strength. We're going to learn how to use the chair from a different angle other than just sitting on the chair. So just watch as I get set up, and my head might pop out of frame for just a moment. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the seat of the chair right by my front. So I'm facing towards my chair. I'm trying to get a good angle for the legs. I think that's an okay angle. Okay, so first move is called downward facing dog, and I'm sure you've all seen pictures of this. We're going to show you how to do this in the chair without getting down on the floor. So my palms are open on the seat of the chair. My elbows have a little bit of bend to them, and I'm going to walk my feet away from the chair, and then I'm going to try to push my bottom to the wall behind me. And when I do this, I'm feeling a big stretch in the back of my legs. That's called the hamstring. If you wanted to extend it out a little further, you would just reach towards the back seat of your chair, or some people even like to grab hold of the side of the chair and push back. So we're just going to hang out here 3 more breaths. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. 2 more breaths. And last breath here. Walk your hands back onto the seat of the chair and walk your feet in just a step closer. We're going to do a little mobility for our upper back. If you're a person that sits at the computer a lot, or maybe you drive a lot, the upper back can get really sore. So we're going to stretch that out and get it all nice and mobile. What I'd like you to do is draw a little circle with one elbow and twist through your spine. Bring the hand back down to the chair. And then we're going to do the same thing to the back. So make a little circle with your elbow and twist from the waist. Continue this little circle effect here. We're going to try 4 more times if you're on pace with me. If you're moving a little slower, just move to your own beat. The knees can bend with you a little bit here. Let the whole body flow. And let's come back into a downward facing dog 1 more time. Walking the feet backward and expanding the arms to wherever feels good to you. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale, exhale. 1 more breath. And walk your way on up. So this next series, I'm trying to stay in shot here. That's why I'm kind of crouched down. We're going to come into a tree pose balance. I'll stand up for a moment, and I know I need to move this just enough so you can still see my head. All right. We're going to move our chair so that way we can grab hold of the back of the chair. And in our tree pose, you need to see my legs a little bit more here. I only have so much room to work with, sorry. We are going to pick up one leg and we can place it high, medium, or low. You can even keep your toe on the ground if you wanted to. I'm lifting mine up a little bit higher so you can still see how my legs are in the shot. One hand is on the chair and one hand could be at heart center or up in the air. So this is our tree balance. And we want to try to focus on one unmoving spot. That's what helps us in the balance. Gaze into the horizon of your room. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And 1 more breath. Let the arm come back down if it's up. And settle your 2 feet flat on the floor. Let's do the same balance the opposite side. So you can either move the chair or move yourself. The opposite hand grabs hold. We're going to choose to either come low, medium, or high with our tree. And one hand, your free hand, could be here at your heart center, or you could be up overhead. So you decide on this side what's feeling good to you. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Couple more breaths. And last breath here. Bring your arm down and 2 feet down. We'll turn the face towards our chair back, and we're just going to do something called Flamingo Flow. And what I'm doing here, I'm hoping it's showing up in the shot, is I'm alternating pulling my heels towards my backside, like I'm doing a little hamstring curl machine in the gym. And when you start to feel like your balance has gotten at a steady point, maybe you can take one hand away from the chair, or maybe you could take both hands away from the chair, and you can make this an alternating flamingo flow here, as we call it. Let's try 4 more, pulling the heel back, working the back of the leg. And 1 more here, taking everything down. Okay, best news you've heard all night. You get to sit back down in the chair now. That's good. I'm going to tilt this down just enough so you can see my feet hopefully again. All right. So we're going to sit back down in our chair. And if you do have access to a yoga strap or a bathrobe tie or any sort of a long object belt, I would grab that. Now, if you don't have one of these items handy, you can just do the same work with your arms, just without the strap, okay? If you are using the strap, I'm going to spread it a little bit wider than shoulder width apart and bring it down so it taps right to the top of my knees. Make sure the shoulders are rolled back and down. And we're going to inhale, lift that strap over the crown of the head, big stretch, and then we're going to bring it back down. And lift up on the in-breath and out as we bring it down. Now, let's say you don't have a strap and you're just doing this with your arms. Same thing. Inhale and exhale. So you're okay either way. Let's try one more time. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Let's bring that strap back up and hold up. Are you ready? Hold up, take a little flow sideways, bend if that feels good. Come center and bend sideways. So if you didn't have a strap, it'd be the same thing. Just your arms are floating a little bit. And we will come center. Let your arms come down. I'm going to show this next one again 2 ways. Once for if you have the strap, once for if you don't have a strap. If you do have an object to pull with, you're going to take 1 foot, place the strap under the sole of your foot, and place the heel down onto the ground. You're sitting towards the edge of your chair. And you're going to use that pull on the strap to bring your chest closer to the knee to stretch the hamstring. Now, if you are a person that does not have a strap handy, you're still going to put that foot down on the ground, hands on the creases of the hip, and you're going to incline forward to feel that stretch. Let's stay here for 2 breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And breathing in. And out. As you lift up, if you're a person that has a strap handy, you're going to work this leg that you just were stretching. You're going to try to take your ankle across your knee. Now, for some people, you might be very tight, and that can be a really, really hard transition for you. The option would be to not use the strap, and it would be for you to just stay in that hamstring stretch, okay, if that's too rough. If you're a person without a strap, you're simply lifting your leg of your own strength and crossing it over. With or without the strap, you're pushing your chest forward and down, back is flat, and you're feeling a big stretch in the hip. If anybody's had any sciatic issues before, this may have been a stretch that you did in physical therapy to stretch out that deep glute area. Try one more breath here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. If you have a strap to help your leg down, use that. If you don't have a strap, you're using your hands. Let's do the same stretches to the opposite side of the body. So the leg that has not gotten the stretch yet, we're starting with hamstring. Press the heel out in front of you. And I want you to lean forward through the chest, keeping your back straight to stretch the back of the legs. Take a deep breath in and out. And one more breath here. Lifting up. Now, if you would like to stay in that stretch, that is your choice. If you would like to come with me into the seated pigeon pose, that's what this figure 4 one is called. You could use the strap to bring your leg up and lean forward through the heart center. I like to keep my foot that's crossed over flexed. It helps keep my hip in a happier position. Couple more breaths here. Lift yourself up, and we're going to gently, either with or without the strap, ease our foot back down to the floor. We're almost to our breath work. I have 2 more postures for you, and then we will end our practice with some breath work. So the almost ending pose is called Camel Pose. It's a back bend. You're going to reach your 2 hands either under the seat of your chair or to the back of your chair. It's up to you. And you're going to walk, wiggle your hips all the way to the front of the chair, and you're going to push your chest and ribs out forward. You want to look at where your wall and your ceiling meet. And if you've seen that scene in Titanic where they're hanging off the front of the boat and Kate Winslet's like, I'm the king of the world and queen of the world. I don't know what they say, but they're hanging off the front of the boat. That's the kind of energy you want to bring to this pose. You're bowing forward. You're breathing big. One more breath. And stacking your spine on straight. This next one, the last pose before our breath work, is a forward fold. And we want to take our feet about as wide as the chair again. We're not straddling the chair, we're just bringing our feet a little wide. And we're going to walk our hands down towards the floor. Now, if you can't quite touch the floor, maybe you have a book or a yoga block to put down to help meet you halfway. But what we're trying to do here is a relaxation down. So you can let the weight of your head go. Allow a little round of your back to happen. Just relax. Maybe soften the elbow joint a little bit. We're letting gravity just take over as we hang down. You can even turn your palms. Some people like to go palms up when they do this. Lift your head and walk your hands back up your thighs. I'll invite you to take a seated position that's comfortable for you. And I'm going to teach us a yoga breathing technique that's called alternating nostril breath. Now, when we do this one, I'm getting close because I want you to see what happens in my face. That sounds weird, but it's true. This is a beautiful yoga breath that helps us to balance out the right and the left hemispheres of the brain. So it's great for stress reduction, for anxiety. It's also great for if you have a hard time falling asleep at night. This breath is called alternating nostril breath. And I will talk you through it. And then I will also send a copy of how to do this breath to Cheryl and Mary Ellen, so that way they can pass it on to you if you've forgotten how to do it and you want to access it later. Okay, so first thing, we have our thumb and we have our ring finger, whatever hand you want to use. And I think of my breath as moving like a rainbow shape when I do this breath. So I'll show you what one cycle looks like, and then I'll talk you through it. So one cycle, I close off one nostril. I'll be a little nasally, and you want to exhale through the free nostril side. You breathe in, and then you change. So then I would change to my opposite nostril is free. I would exhale out. I would breathe in, and then I would change to my thumb again. So alternate nostrils are going to breathe, and you're going to toggle back and forth between. So I won't really be doing this breath with you because we're talking you through it, but I will give a visual representation of what I'm doing with my nose so you can follow. Okay, so let's start with thumb and forefinger. And with your thumb, you're going to close off one nostril and exhale out slowly. Ready? Exhale out. 3, 2, hold. Breathe in, 2, hold. Change nostrils. Exhale. 3, 2, hold. Inhale. 3, 2, hold. Change nostril. Exhale. 3, 2, hold. Breathing in, 3, 2, hold. Change nostril. Exhale, 3, 2, hold. And inhale, 3, 2, hold. We're going to do just one more cycle. Here we go. Change to thumb. Exhale, 3, 2, hold. Inhale, 3, 2, hold. Change. Exhale, 3, 2, hold. And 3, 2, hold. Release. And you can do up to 5 to 10 cycles of that breath to start off with. So we are going to end our yoga practice this evening. I will have Mary Ellen come back and speak to us, but I just wanted to share with you a yoga phrase that we use at the end of every class. And this is a Sanskrit word. It means the light in me sees and respects the light in all of you. So I say to you this evening, namaste, and thank you for having me. Mary Ellen, did you want to finish up?
Yes, I wanted to thank you so much, Tracee, for being here. And I just wanted to say thank you and let everybody know we're going to be doing this again next month in February because Tracee has agreed to come back and do it one more time for us, you guys.
Oh, great. Thank
Great,
you.
wonderful, thank you.
Yes, it was great.
Could you guys see me the whole time? I was really worried you
Yes.
couldn't see
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Well, good. We'll have some more goodies next month too.
Great. Thank you so
Great.
much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you all feel good and, drink some water, go eat something healthy, sleep well tonight. And I hope you guys take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
Yes.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you
We
so much.
appreciate you. Yes.
Thank you, Tracee.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And I'll send on that breath. I'll send on a copy of how to do that breath to Mary Ellen and Cheryl. That way, if anybody wants to reach out to see what that is in writing form, they can have it. Okay.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And good night.
Good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.